If you're 62, you just did your first Roth conversion this year, and you think you're already in the clear because you're over 59 and a half, stop. There's a rule hiding inside the Roth 5-year rule that most people never hear about. And if you need to touch that money 2 years from now, it can cost you over $3,000 in ordinary income tax on earnings you thought were safe. But if you know how this rule actually works, $100 and one small step today can save you thousands later. I'm going to show you the exact math with 2 people the same age, the same conversion, and only one of them walks away clean. Stay with me. Here's how it actually works. The 5-year rule isn't one rule, it's 2 clocks running at the same time, measuring 2 completely different things. And at 62, only one of them matters. Most people only know the wrong one. Clock number 1 measures how long your Roth IRA has existed. The moment you put your first dollar into any Roth IRA, even $100, a clock starts ticking. It starts on January 1st of that tax year, and it runs for 5 years. Once it hits 5 and you're over 59 and a half, the earnings inside your Roth become tax-free forever. This clock only starts once in your lifetime. It never resets, it never restarts. If you close the account and open a new one a decade later, same clock, counted from the very first day. Clock number 2 is different. Every time you convert, a new 5-year clock starts just for that conversion. Its only job is to block the 10% early withdrawal penalty on the converted principal. But here's the simple rule. Clock number 2 only matters if you're under 59 and a half. At 62, ignore it. Clock number 1 is the only clock that matters. And that's the clock most people have never even heard of. Let's see this with real numbers. Meet Tom. He's 62. He just opened his first Roth IRA this year, 2026, and converted $100,000 from his traditional IRA. Tom assumes that because he's over 59 and a half, the money is already fully tax-free. He's half right. Now meet Linda. She's also 62, but back in 2018, when she was 54, Linda did one small thing. She opened a Roth IRA and put in a single $100. The amount didn't matter. The date did. Fast forward to 2028. Tom is 64 now. Something comes up, a medical bill, a home repair, helping a grown child, and he needs to pull the full balance out of that Roth. Over 2 years at 7% growth, his $100,000 has grown to $114,490. And when Tom takes that money out, he's about to pay over $3,000 in tax on money he thought was already tax-free. Here's why. Withdrawals come out in a specific IRS order. Contributions first, then conversions, and earnings last. The first $100,000 is conversion principal, tax-free on the way out. But the remaining $14,490 is earnings, and here's where clock number 1 bites. Tom's clock started in 2026. It won't clear until January 1st, 2031, so those earnings aren't qualified. The IRS treats them like a traditional IRA withdrawal. At a 22% marginal rate, that's $3,188 in federal tax. Gone. Linda? Her clock number 1 started in 2018. It cleared back in 2023. If she ever needs to pull her earnings, they come out completely tax-free. She's over 59 and a half. Her Roth is fully qualified. The only difference between Tom and Linda? A $100 deposit Linda made a decade ago. She didn't buy growth with $100. She bought time. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Here's the fix, and it's absurdly simple. If you don't already have a Roth IRA open one today. Put in $100. That single deposit starts your clock number 1 right now on January 1st of this year. 5 years from now, that clock is done, forever, regardless of how much or how little you convert later. The rule isn't about the size of the deposit, it's about the date. $100 buys you the same clock $100,000 would. Remember this number, 5 years from January 1st of whatever year you first contribute. That's your earnings tax-free date. Come back to this video if you forget it. And one quick note, if you don't have earned income this year, you can't make a Roth contribution, but you can still start clock number 1 with a conversion. The conversion itself starts the clock. Either way, you get it moving today.
This week, pull up your Roth IRA statements. Find the exact date of your first ever Roth contribution or conversion, not your biggest, your first. Add 5 years to January 1st of that year. That's your number. Write it down. If that date is farther away than you thought, you now know why the $100 step today matters more than any big conversion you make 5 years from now. If you don't want to overpay taxes in retirement, subscribe. Every video here solves one exact decision that could save you thousands. No opinions, just the math. Next up, why waiting until 75 to take your first distribution could be a $100,000 tax mistake.